Shamata, everyone. Welcome to a dharmic session by Mahagati organization. If you're wondering what Shamata means, it's a Sanskrit word that says peace and tranquility. So when I say Shamata, everyone, I am saying may peace and tranquility be with you. Now, today we have with us Akshita, who we're going to talk to and understand about how the perceptions of Gen Z are in the society right now. So, Shamata, Akshita, how are you
Shamata,
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're glad to have you today
Thank
in the
you.
studio. And let me start off with a basic question that is usually about dharma because we are a dharmic organization.
Okay.
So, what in your perception or view is dharma?
ధర్మ టు బి వెరీ హానెస్ట్ ధర్మ అనేది ప్రతిరోజు మారేది.
Hmm.
ఈరోజు కరెక్ట్ అయింది, రేపు కాదు. కలియుగంలో ధర్మం అనేది అప్పట్లో త్రేతాయుగంలో అయితే కాదు కదా.
Hmm.
రాముడి యుగంలో ఏం చేశారు? ధర్మ అంటే ఆల్ టుగెదర్ గుడ్ ఈస్ దేర్, బ్యాడ్ ఈస్ దేర్
Hmm.
separately. But in Krishna's yugam, it's like it's in the same family, and in Kali yugam, it's in the same person.
Hmm.
So dharma changes every day because we think different every day.
Correct.
It's like that.
Wonderful. So, in a religion, in our religion especially, we talk about Sanatana Dharma, which is eternal dharma. So, what is so eternal about dharma if we're saying that it's dynamic in nature? What do you think?
There was no Hinduism before.
Hmm.
It was all Sanatana Dharma. Basically, it means that it's a way of life.
Okay.
So there is nothing to think about it or, find practical stuff about it.
Mhm.
It's all about how to understand and implement in today's era. That's it.
Okay.
You take the knowledge, you turn it into wisdom and put it there. That's how
Alright. So, what is a typical day like in your life? So, in a day, what are the activities you do? How does your typical day go?
I get up, I eat, go to office,
Mhm.
read books, and I'm actually researching on a goddess Chinnamasta
Okay.
as of now because I'm under guidance of a guru
Okay.
for now. But yeah, I'm
So-
doing that today.
So, now that you've mentioned about gurus, how important is it to have a guru?
See, there are different kinds of gurus, but the very first thing is చిన్నప్పుడే మనకు చెప్తాం.
Hmm.
చెప్తారు మనకి అందరు కూర్చొని. గురు బ్రహ్మ గురు విష్ణు గురుదేవో మహేశ్వర
Hmm.
గురు సాక్షాత్ గురు బ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురువే నమః ఎందుకు చెప్తారు? Because we have to learn from someone. Anyone who can teach you or guide you towards wisdom is a guru.
Hmm.
But the thing is, what kind of guru are you looking for? Are you looking for a materialistic guru who will guide you in financial like stuff?
Hmm.
Or are you searching for a guru who is going to help you in spiritual stuff?
Hmm.
When we talk about spiritual gurus, it's again talking about way of life.
Okay.
If you see spiritual gurus, no one is going to say, Akshata, don't do it.
Hmm.
They are like, do it, పడితే మేము చూసుకుంటాం.
Right.
Learn it and come.
Hmm.
So there are types of gurus again.
Okay.
It's like that.
So, do you have a spiritual guru that helps you in dharma sankatas when you face ethical dilemmas?
By
do you,
God's
who do you
grace,
resort to? Okay.
By God's grace, yes. I finally found someone.
Okay. So, what kind of dharma sankatas do you face in a day-to-day basis?
I don't have dharma sankatas
Hmm.
because I don't actually deal with such huge stuff.
Okay.
But
Even the littlest things.
I don't have that kind of problems.
That is actually wonderful. But
Yeah.
do you at least face like little ethical dilemmas, an ambiguity
No.
of
I
any
have a
certain-
very strict line drawn in the family. So
Okay.
I'm
So-
in that.
Okay, that is very beautiful to know. Now coming to what religion means. So we have multitude of religions around us. Do you think that religion serves a purpose? And what purpose does it serve if it does?
Every religion speaks the same.
Hmm.
For example, in Hinduism, we are talking about fasting on Shivratri or Ekadasi.
Hmm.
And in Muslims, Islam, they do this Eid ul Fitr
Hmm.
and they have Roka.
Hmm.
Everyone are having same kind of rituals but named differently.
Correct.
Everything comes back to one source
Hmm.
and it's Sanatana Dharma.
Right.
So we are there.
Just different names.
Different names.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
So, do you read any books, Puranas, or any sort of stories that kind of, as a child, you've probably read many stories or you've listened to a lot of stories. What inspires you or what connects you a lot?
I'm actually reading to Anvikshiki.
Okay.
Anvikshiki is how to think.
Hmm.
So when we are reading Anvikshiki, we have to actually think. And apparently it is written by Chanakya.
Huh.
And Draupadi from Mahabharata is one of the teacher of Anvikshiki.
Okay.
So when we are talking about books and life, it's more about my interest goes to thinking.
Okay.
How to think. It's not what to think. Because many books will teach you what to think. Ila cheyali, ilane cheyali. But I think I'm eradicating that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more about the inferences you draw from it.
Yes.
Rather than what it says.
Yes.
So how do you develop, getting the right inferences from books or materials around you? There's so many sources for information nowadays. So how do you get the correct inference?
When you read similar context books, you'll find similar context in each book. So what I do is I write down reference points from each book. And when I refer it again, I understand what are the common points.
Okay.
And I only take the common points.
Acha. Making it simple.
Very simple.
Correct. So when you're reading Mahabharatam, how do you avoid framing a negative narrative or the wrong narrative?
When you're reading Mahabharatam or Ramayanam, see, everyone has a perspective. Whatever they are doing is right. So are you sitting in their chair and thinking, according to Ravan, he was right? Correct. He just got a girl because Surpanaka was affected.
Correct.
According to him, it started like that. And then he had whatsoever that is. He went to the Swayamvaram, he lost, he came back. Right? He didn't drag her from there.
Yes.
So it's like if you sit in their chair, the narrative is different. And when you see from their narratives, the story is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's so many stories around us.
Yes.
And that happened to us. And we have to choose the right one amongst what is right, what is wrong. We're supposed to choose. Right? So I'm pretty sure you face a lot of these narratives around you, be it in the company that you work in, be it in a personal life, so on and so forth. So how do you react or consciously of other person's narrative all the time? Is it possible that you do it all the time?
No, look, when we sit with an opposite person who has no idea of what ethical or moral value that we are standing on, and these people are like, you have to listen to me. We listen to them. But we don't hear them.
Okay.
Because hearing them will, alter our decisions.
Correct.
We listen to them, we let it go there.
So find balance between how much to listen to them and how
Yeah.
much to listen to yourself.
But the decision is made prior.
Oh, okay.
That decision is not going to change.
All right.
The verdict of how you're going to convey your decision will change. For that, you have to listen.
Okay. So if I can go back to a particular question that's always been in my mind, what is your relationship with God and how has it changed over a period of time and what is it right now?
God, is he an other thing?
It depends on your definition.
It's Aham Brahmasmi.
Okay, you are God.
I don't consciously think there's a God or separate energy. But the thing is, I think I'm a part of it.
Okay.
And I don't consciously suffer or, put pressure on myself that I have to think there is someone I have to fear. I fear the consequences of the actions I'm going to take today.
Okay.
That's karma, right?
So have you always thought of God this way or has it changed very recently?
It changed.
Okay.
It changed because with time you meet all these people who talk logics. And they're like, did you see God? And I don't have an answer. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing time. I'm seeing the consequences. I'm
Correct.
seeing the sun. So they are the gods.
Okay.
If we are fearing time, consequences, that's it. We are fine.
These we've come to some realizations over a period of time, right? So when you come to these realizations, there might be a particular reason for it. Is it just experience or was it meditation or was it any other reason that has pushed you towards being critically analytical about things around you?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yes, definitely.
This is not experience or realization or meditation, anything. It's just about you not getting hard slaps from the society.
It's being protective of yourself.
Yeah. So when you're trying to protect yourself, you find a narrative. You find reasons.
Okay.
So when we are finding reasons, we read.
Hmm.
And when we read, we find answers.
Okay.
But the thing is, to find answer and to understand the answer, you need a guru. That's where you need a guru.
Right.
I think that's a good question.
That's a great answer.
So that's where we go to a guru.
That's correct.
That's ethical.
You are so mature, and it just begs me to ask you this question. What really motivates you to always challenge yourself or to always find answers? Because sometimes we get tired of always wanting to be the best, right? You want to sit back and just relax and let it be, that kind of a mentality. What challenges you or motivates you to always be the person who's critical or who's always wanting the right answers, searching for questions?
So when a kid comes, you give a pencil to him and he is going to do anatomy of it.
Correct.
He's going to be curious. He's going to ask you a million questions. What's happening? Why it's happening? And you get irritated, you shout at them, yell at them. What happens? They'll stop asking.
Correct.
By God's grace, that didn't happen with me. My mom never stopped me questioning. So it's like I continuously seeked answers from my parents.
Okay.
So it happened.
You were always a seeker.
I was not suppressed from being a seeker.
That's good. That's
my parents never questioned me. Or, told me like, shut up and sit down. No, that didn't happen. Everything is in the parenting.
Okay. Starts there.
It starts there.
It's motivating to talk to you because it kind of opens a lot of doors for me as well. If I can ask you a little more questions about spiritualism and this quest on the right thing, right action, and what's dharma, what is not dharma. It's very difficult sometimes to choose what is dharmic and what is not dharmic. So what is that barrier or that standard for you to know that, acha, this is not dharmic? This is something that is not in my purview. I'm not. How do you decide that? Is it socially or subconsciously?
No. There is only one filter I have.
Okay.
Can I run to my mom and say this thing? Or am I hesitant about it? Am I hesitant? It's no. Okay. It's a clear no. If I'm not hesitant, it's a direct yes. I'm doing it.
That's cool. So
yeah.
If I can ask some personal questions, how were certain relationships in your life? Did you learn anything from them? How successful have you built relationships around you? Have you failed in certain things? And why did you fail in certain things if you did?
I don't get connected to anyone.
Okay. No attachments.
No attachments because I've seen too many deaths in my life.
Okay.
I lost too many people.
Okay.
So I know that death is going to come. If not a time, then it's death.
Do you believe
I never get connected.
Do you believe in rebirth and...
I don't believe in rebirth. Okay. All I believe is in moksham. So I'm just trying to do that.
Okay.
That's what my spiritual guru has a recommendation letter from me. Teach me this or you're not there. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So how often do you meditate, Akshata?
I don't meditate.
Okay.
I take my breath as slow as possible. That is a direct meditation.
Okay.
You have to be able to get your heartbeat to the lowest possible per minute.
Okay.
So when you do that, you're calm, you're sleepy. You need not react. That's meditation.
Does that slow down your thoughts as well? And
no, it gives me clarity.
It gives you clarity.
Because for you, it's 1 minute. For me, it's 10 seconds.
Okay.
I'm talking fast.
Right.
It's not like, it doesn't look like that. What you are saying is different from what I'm saying. The time is different for both of us.
Correct.
I'm breathing so slow. If you put my finger here, I can't feel my breath. That's because I'm breathing slow.
You've gotten into the dynamics of
time.
Yeah, that is time dilation, they say, right? Yeah. Most of the philosophies that we discover now have already been into our scriptures or whatever. We just did not delve into it much, right? Is there anything that you've read about before, and then science has said, "Hey, this we already knew this." They discover it very late. Was there anything that you can share with us?
Distance from Earth to Sun was written in Hanuman Chalisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
when did these people get it?
Probably when,
Navagrahas was there When did they get it?
Yes.
Yeah, Panchalohas were there, Panchabhutas were there. When did they get it? We are watching the natural or the most basic things that they are finding it now.
Correct. So, a lot of things that we cannot prove right now, but we know they exist. Be it our rituals, our spiritual practices, we cannot give a scientific or a specific explanation for it, but we know it works for us. So, should we be blind about it right now? And whatever a guru says, should we be blind to it and follow it? Because we do not have the time or energy to see how it works out all the time.
See, certain sadhanas will take 90 years to complete, 100 years to complete. We don't have that kind of lifetime. Whatever guru says is to experience it, not to practice it.
Okay.
You have to have the right guru that is actually, top notch touching your ideology.
Okay.
Instead of finding a random one and going with them. And wherever it is, the very first start of a guru is Veda Pathshala. You start there. They will guide you.
Correct.
We don't believe in anything. But the thing is, when we go to temple, we are calm. Why? That's because they say there is a Moola Virat. But what is the actual thing? They used to dig up to 150 feet down the ground, and they used to put copper plates and silver plates to pull the magnetic forces of the earth outside and give it to out. They used to put silver lining to the Garbhagudi because they never used to have mirrors. They never used to have glass to reflect. So they used metal frames like silver to reflect it into the temple.
Correct.
And there's always natural stone. So you have to sit there. We thought we are having peace of mind, but it's all logic.
Okay. So you know all of this because you had these questions before, or when you were studying interior designing, were you more interested then? When did this thing about interest in all of this develop?
No, whenever I used to go to temple, my dad used to give me 1 hour with Purohit.
Okay.
He used to ask me to sit with him, understand what the story of the temple was. What you will do, you'll question him.
Right.
You'll scrutinize him. That's what I did.
Okay. So do you think that we can use these little techniques in interior designing, or when you're building something?
Yes, it is already called as biocosmic architecture.
Yes.
So it's bio and cosmic.
Correct.
It's like that.
So you've spoken about gurus earlier, right? How do you know who's the perfect guru, who's the right guru for you? What are the qualities that we look for when we're finding a guru?
There are 5 elements of nature. And all these 5 elements of nature are under control of 5 kinds of gurus. So they are Siddhas, Naghas, Avadutas, Aghoras. So there. And they don't look like they are, coming from somewhere else or something like that. They are like one in the people. So when you know where they are, you can find them and you can actually take guidance from them.
Okay.
I consider them as guru because, everything is under their control. Per se, Avadutas has the control of earth. Nagas has control of Vayu. So there is the Siddha gurus. You have to find and you have to go to them. That's it.
Okay. So we have to go find them.
Yeah.
It's not them finding us.
No.
Okay. So when we're finding them, we're supposed to look for which element do I need help with, and then we find in that direction. Is it?
No, it's not like that. వాళ్ళు అసలు నీకు దొరకరు.
Okay.
ఒక్కళ్ళు దొరికినా మహా అద్భుతం అది. కొంతమంది అంటారు నేను వారణాసికి వెళ్ళాను అఘోరాలను చూసాను. అందరూ అఘోరాలు కాదు కదా. How many people are there? They don't even come into contact with people. And they do astral traveling. You don't find them, but if you find them, you keep them.
Okay.
It's one in a lifetime chance. And basically, you have to search where are they. But you have to go to references of already seeking gurus you have.
Okay.
You have to find them like that.
So nowadays we also see books as some aspects that guide us. So let's say I read 10 books, 20 books, self-help books. There are all of these things that work as semi-gurus for us, right? So we over time, we read books and then we inculcate something. And how do we know whether these are the aspects that I will inculcate and these are the aspects that are unnecessary from a book?
If you talk about dharmic part of books, the very first thing is it is messed up from the translation of the original scripts. the original Sanskrit is different from today's Sanskrit. So whatever translation that happened is not what is actually happening with us.
Correct.
We are already messed up in the first level. So when we are learning something, we actually learn from the actual text, but we don't know the Sanskrit, that language. It is dharmic part. And when you're talking about this psychological books or any self-help books, they are nothing but analysis of a pattern.
Okay.
Cognitive patterns. So you understand what you already know. It's nothing but converting knowledge into wisdom.
Okay.
Information into knowledge.
Okay.
Again, two different things. And then when you go to comics, it's just your...
So you've spoken about the science behind temples, and you visited a lot of temples since your childhood, right? So how do you, so what are the things that we look for when we visit a pilgrimage, a temple?
Okay, I can say there are perspectives in this again. When I visit as a design student, I probably look at a cube. It's architecture, ambience, and attire. As a design student, I have to observe how it was built, right? And I have to see how they are sitting, ergonometry, how they are doing stuff, how they are draping themselves, how oksari adda pancha kadtaru, oksari normal pancha kadtaru. So we have to understand how they are. That is what ambience is. And second thing, when I go there as a devotee, I sit there and I understand how energies are. Is my heart rate good? Am I peaceful? Or what is the smell around me? What are my 5 senses observing in that particular place is what I see as a devotee. But when I go there to seek something, I sit with the Purohit and I talk. Because, in Christians, they go and tell their sin. Here we go and discuss the sins and how to overcome that.
Okay.
That's what I do. Like, there are perspectives and how to take them. Most of it is like that.
Okay. You've mentioned about the attire, right?
Yeah.
So is this attire in this, when, the sculptures, or how the people over there dress up?
మామూలుగా గుడికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఊడ్చే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా, హౌ డు దే డ్రెస్ అప్? దే ఆర్ లోకల్స్.
Right.
In few temples like Tirupati, Tirumala, or anywhere, you will see Adda Pancha, because even flowers are coming from certain village.
Okay.
So sevas are also being done from there. If you go in certain time, అన్ని టైంలో కనిపించరు, బట్ కొంచెం టైంలో వెళ్తే you will see people dressed up like మడి చీర కట్టుకుని రవిక వేసుకోకుండా ఊరికి ఇలా వేసుకొని చేస్తున్న పనులు ఉంటాయి. అదే నువ్వు ఒకవేళ పాతకాలమైన అన్టచ్డ్ ఊరికి వెళ్ళావనుకో, దే ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్లీ డ్రెస్డ్. దే ఆర్ నాట్ వరీడ్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ naked also. And if you are going to something like today's Birla Mandir, you will see well dressed proper people.
Correct.
So you understand, whenever you're going to somewhere, you will understand the cultural values of the place. చెవులో మందార పువ్వు పెట్టుకున్నారా, బంతి పువ్వు పెట్టుకున్నారా సంబంధం ఉండదు, కానీ పువ్వు అయితే ఉండదు.
Correct.
So you understand the attire of them. You understand how they are valuing their own culture and they are putting it out there. It's like that.
So just a small question. If we kind of always critically look at things, or we're always asking questions, we're seeking something, right? And amongst this, because we are Gen Z after all, there are other section of Gen Zs that would want to relax, that would want to go to parties, they define that as fun. Do you agree with that definition of fun?
That is dopamine rush again. That's cheap dopamine.
Cheap dopamine.
Yeah.
What is a very delayed form of dopamine then for you? Meditation.
You don't get immediate satisfaction. You don't know the technique of doing it. So we fail every time. But when we get it, that is when we have a dopamine rush. Like,
ultimately,
we got it.
Right.
It's all delayed, people study years and years, MBBS doctors. What do they do? At the end of the day, they are very happy when they save a life. That is actual dopamine rush, because the struggle is there.
Yes.
There is a lot of learning.
So the ultimate achievement after a lot of hard work. And so let's come to some basic questions about what's going around Gen Zs, and let's talk about relationships. What should we be giving in a relationship, and what should we be taking in a relationship for us? మనం ఏం ఇవ్వాలి, మనం ఏం తీసుకోవాలి, ఏం ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయాలి, ఏం ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయకూడదు, అలాంటివి.
అసలు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయకపోతే పోయిద్దిగా. They need not add, subtract anything. You have to be like you even after whatsoever the addition is happening. ఒక మనిషి నీ లైఫ్లోకి వచ్చాడు అంటే ఇంకా చేంజెస్ అవ్వకూడదు. They have to accept you like you.
Okay.
They have to be in a similar path, not a same path. They have to be parallel to you so that you can learn things from them. And they can learn from you. It's like it's a puzzle you have to fit in. You have to fill in the missing plots of their own puzzle. And they have to do the same for you.
Correct.
అంతేకాని ఇలా చేంజ్ అయిపో అలా మారిపో. This is what's happening in Gen Z. But having no expectations and just adding is a very huge thing.
Do you have any advice for the Gen Z out there?
Believe in your parents.
Believe in your parents.
When they say that the vibe is wrong, the vibe is wrong. When they say, okay, go ahead. But talk to them. Communicate with parents because they know you better than you know yourself. They are observing your patterns. నువ్వు ఏం తినాలో కూడా ఆలోచించి వండుతారు. ఎలా తినాలో కూడా ఆలోచించి చెప్తారు. అంతే కదా.
Yes.
They know better. Your boyfriend will not come to you saying, నేను నీకు క్యారెట్ హల్వా చేస్తున్నాను, do you want కాజూస్ in that? అడగరు. మమ్మీకి తెలుసు. Because she knows, she's observing you. దానికి ఇష్టం లేదు, దానికి ప్యాటర్న్. దానికి క్వాలిటీ ఉంటే నచ్చదు. దానికి యూఎస్కే వెళ్ళాలి. She needs a fast forward man. They will tell you what you need. They know
best about us.
ఎందుకంటే మనం గొడవ పడతాంగా.
Yeah.
మనం ఒప్పుకోంగా. We don't agree with them in the first shot. Why? Because జనరేషన్ గ్యాప్ అని మనం అనుకుంటాం. వాళ్ళు జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంటారు, మనం ఉండం అంతే.
Yeah. So basically, I've also heard you say that, so you'll ask your mother subconsciously whether to do something or not.
Yeah.
And that's basically your subconscious way of, training your mind what is right and what is wrong.
True.
So should we have our parents as a subconscious guide?
No, we shouldn't have our parents as a subconscious guide, but we should think ourselves as parents.
Okay. That puts
in
us
the
in
pedal.
the pedestal, yes.
Yeah. So
And that
you will not go wrong.
correct.
Because you don't want to do wrong. You don't want your kids to do that to you.
Correct.
Simple. Then you will not do it.
You will not do it. That's very mature, yeah. That actually changes a lot of things.
మన పేరెంట్స్ ఎప్పుడు చెప్తారు, ఒక్కసారి నా పొజిషన్లో ఉండి చూడు. They will always say in every fight, no? Why?
Any fight, yeah.
అదే మనం పేరెంట్స్ అయినాక మనము దాంట్లోనే అంటాం, ఒక్కసారి నా పర్స్పెక్టివ్ చూడరా.
Yeah.
That's how we eradicate the problem.
Well,
it's not dharma adharma. It's not right or wrong. It's about the consequences that are going to come. And how to avoid them is to look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
That's it.
And I'm very glad I'm having this conversation with you, actually. It's quite inspiring.